Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast. It's good to be back in the podcasting saddle once again with you, Tosh, my love.
Yeah, what a great Thanksgiving.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of Hanukkah now. I left Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, and I'm only thinking about the Festival of Lights.
I liked it better when Hanukkah was more like 2 days before Christmas, and then we could kind of like ease those presents into like a more festive holiday feeling. It feels a little like rushed.
A little early. It's the great instability of life in a lunar calendar system. It's one of the hardest things. You know, the Jews have been through a lot, but the hardest thing that we've ever been through is living life in the lunar calendar system. Sometimes your Hanukkah is right after Thanksgiving, and sometimes it's right on Christmas. What can you do?
Right on Christmas would be nice.
I had some friends over for Hanukkah, by the way. I have a question for you about our podcast. I had a friend come over, and he goes, we were having latkes for Hanukkahs.
Oh, I love latkes.
You don't?
No idea.
I mean, they're the best. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, straight up, we've got religious French fry patties.
They're really great.
You're
honey.
fulfilling an obligation to the Lord God Almighty by eating fried potatoes. I mean, what other religion has that? I'm sorry. Does your religion come with a mandated fried French fry patty and a mandated donut? You got to eat a donut? Yeah, it's the best fucking religion going. Okay, we have some other issues.
They had to do something to compete with Christmas. Honey.
Christmas is a superior holiday. No one's doubting that. But we do have better snacks. What do you got? Pfeffernuss? Some fucking cookie that tastes like allspice? You know what I mean? What do you guys got? A fucking cookie that looks like a tree? Get the fuck out of here. It looks like you looking like an air freshener ass cookie.
Honey, maybe your mom wasn't a good cook and didn't make good Christmas cookies, but there's definitely good cookies.
Can you name one? Name one.
I like candy cane cookies.
What's a candy cane cookie?
They're like Italian Christmas cookies.
But named after a piece of candy? Can't even name it after its own goddamn art subgenus. It's not. What? Oh yeah. Have you tried my
thumbprint cookies?
Have you tried my lollipop cookie? Have you tried my candy bar cookie?
What's your point exactly? That arugula is good?
Arugula is not good. I'll be honest with you about that. It's not very good.
Yeah.
But donuts, jelly donuts. Do you know the Jews invented the jelly donut?
No, honey, I didn't know that.
You know why you didn't know that?
Why?
Because that's not a true statistic. That's why it's not true. I made it up right now. Tosh, how did you like spending all that time with my family and your family on Thanksgiving, huh?
It was good. It was fun. I like what you were saying earlier. Your family has fun with each other.
Well, we try to have fun with each other. That is a big part of our funly dynamic.
And our family tries to have fun with each other.
You mean the three of us, you, me, and our child?
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is a pretty funny gal. She told me the other day, she goes, I don't need to go to school anymore. You know why? I said, why? She said, I know everything. I said,
she told me that too.
I go, you don't know everything? She goes, I do. I was like, okay, do you know what CAT spells? She's like, no. And I was like, well, let's sound it out. What's C sound? She goes, K. So what's A sound? She goes, I said, what's T sound? She goes, T. I go, so put it all together. She's like, I can't. I go, K-A-T, K-A-T. And she's K-A-T. And she goes, cat? I go, yeah. She goes, see, I told you I know everything. So it's kind of like she's a bully. She's a cruel bully. And I love her.
Yeah, that is a funny idea to think that you know everything.
I mean,
when you can't even like spell a 3-letter word.
Well, I kind of feel like
confident. That's good.
She's very confident. She definitely takes after me because I pretty much am a know-it-all.
Oh, she's like being a know-it-all.
I think she was being funny. To be honest, I think she was being funny. She's been saying a lot of how I'm the funny one, though. I like that about her. She goes, "Daddy's funny, Mommy's not," and you've been crying a lot when she says that.
No, it's just because I'm the one who's always like, do you have your socks? Do you have your shoes? Let's make sure you have the right hat. Do we put on your sunscreen? Where's your water bottle? And then you get to be like,
and I'm like, waka, waka, waka.
Yeah.
I come through with a unicycle going back and forth as you're asking her.
She thinks you're funny and I'm not.
Right. You know,
Even though I'm a successful comedian.
Well, she doesn't know. She doesn't know your IMDb star rating.
She does know we're comedians because she told me the other day, I think all comedians should be gone.
She must have seen your stand-up. She thinks they should be gone?
Or she was like, there shouldn't be. I wish there was no, she didn't say stand-up. She said, I wish there were no more comedians.
Wow. So she's like kind of a social justice warrior. Yeah, she's like take that straight to medium.com. Let me tell you that. Tell our listeners what she said to you tonight. You got to go record your what?
Podcast.
Your podcast. Honey, when she says things like you got to record your podcast, I can't get enough. I melt like the candles burning in our menorah this very week. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. And happy Hanukkah, Natasha.
Happy Hanukkah.
And guess what?
What?
I got you a gift.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
What? It's in a package. I'm about to give it to you. Tomorrow is the last night of Hanukkah, and you'll be getting a gift from me.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Did you get me one for tomorrow?
Yes.
You did? You got me another gift?
Huh?
She bought me. You did? That seems like a lie tone. I can feel a lie tone. Is that
I mean, is that part of Hanukkah where you have to like tell the other person if you bought them a gift?
No, but your whole thing, that's part of our podcast that you say I don't get you gifts. So now I'm trying to keep you.
I already got you a gift though.
Yeah, you did. But did you get me another one?
I don't know.
Did you get me another one? Tell the podcast listeners.
Honey, I'm not going to tell you. I'm sorry.
Okay, then I'm not going to tell you if I got you a gift.
Okay, well, thank you.
But I already did tell you, but
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell you again. So ask me if I got you one.
Did you get me a gift?
None of your business.
Okay, well, why don't we just take a call?
That's fine. Let's take a call from one of our listeners of this podcast. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You know what I realized recently?
What?
I feel so grateful that I get to spend every evening sleeping on my Helix mattress.
Helix has amazing mattresses. We love ours. You take a quiz. It takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Now, I remember when I lived in New York, I just would get like some like $200 mattress from like
Filled
anywhere.
with bed bugs.
It smelled. It was new, but it was like kind of nasty. It was hard. It hurt my back. Like now for not even that much money, you can get an amazing mattress.
You know what's nasty about those box springy kind of mattresses?
Oh yeah, it always.
You get them and they're light, and then you sleep on them for 10 years, and when they take them away, they're heavy because all your gross skin and gunk got into those springs. But when you sleep on a foam mattress, you ain't got to worry about none of that. And if you sleep on Helix's mattresses, you're going to be sleeping on a mattress that is custom fit to your sleep style. They've got soft mattresses, medium mattresses, and firm ones. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains. There's even a Helix Plus mattress for our plus size sleepers. Now listen, you deserve to be sleeping in a mattress that makes you feel good. You spend a third of your life sleeping. We sleep on a Helix mattress every night, and it makes us feel so good.
Just go to helixsleep.com/honeymoon, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. This is a very important thing to spend your money on.
It absolutely is. And you know what? We want you to spend less of your money on it. So Helix will offer you up to $200 off your mattress order and give you 2 free pillows for our listeners only at helixsleep.com/honeymoon. There's a 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free, and they'll come pick it up from you if you don't love it, but you will. They've got financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great sleep is never far away.
Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
You know that I'm a longshoreman, right?
No, I was not aware of that.
And a kettlebell guy.
I know you're into the bells.
You know that I work in heavy machinery and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do try to hide the drill from you.
So let me tell you what's an important thing for me to have in those kinds of activities, but might be important for our listeners to have, especially those that are looking for a unique special gift this holiday season, is a silicone ring. Often people with a silicone wedding ring will wear it so that they don't get in trouble and get their freaking finger pulled off when they're out and about doing extreme stuff.
But then what if they go to the bar and they forgot to put the ring back on, and then they go to the bar and someone's trying to pick them up? You want to have your little Enzo ring on.
Enzo ring. That's what we wanted to tell you about. These are really stylish, nice silicone rings that are infused with real precious metals like diamond, rose gold, platinum, and more. This is the only silicone ring brand that does this, and They have what's called their handcrafted collection, which is mixed by hand, so you can give a real one-of-a-kind gift this holiday season.
Check out Enzo Rings Elements Collection and other bestsellers at our special URL, enzorings.com/honeymoon. And for a limited time, get 10% off your first purchase of any collection when you use promo code honeymoon.
Don't miss out for 10% off. That's promo code honeymoon at ensorings.com/honeymoon. Okay, we are going to call
Liz in Grand Junction, Colorado. Have we been there, Moshe?
I think we might have driven through the junction.
Hi.
Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Liz, do they call it the junction?
We actually call it the Junk Town.
Oh, the junk town.
I have to say I love your tapestry. I've always wanted to do that, but they're very hard to hang and never really hung one.
They are, and if you have a cat, they will tear it down every time.
Well, I don't have a cat.
You,
So.
you actually have a lot of billowy fabric going on in your house. Do you have bodies? Are there bodies hidden behind any of those?
No, but there's always probably a cat behind one of them.
Oh, behind every tapestry there is a great... You know what they say? Behind every successful tapestry, there's a cat. Something
a feline, yes.
There's a feline.
Yes. Waiting to jump out at you.
That's right. Liz, what's happening? How can we help you over there in Junktown?
Okay, so this is a doozy. I have a friend with benefits who recently moved to Junktown. And recently I asked him if he wanted to hook up. We've had regular sex before. Things have been, so-so. And he asked me if he could put it in my butt.
Mm-hmm.
And
classic Junktown move.
And when I said no, he was like, nope. Then no, I don't want to have sex with you.
Wait.
Oh my God. Wait, you have to not call him ever again.
Hold on.
Oh, so my question is
hold on. Go back. I got to get a better picture of this.
Okay.
So you guys hooked up at some points in the past.
Multiple times, yeah.
Multiple times. And then he moved.
He got a taste for it. Now he came back to her. He's like, now we do it in the ass. She's like, no.
Oh, so
and he's like,
you're
no.
saying while they weren't, well, he wasn't in Junktown, he got a little taste of that culo from somebody else.
Or maybe he got the courage to ask Liz for it.
No, but now hold on. I'm just trying to get the timeline of this. So you guys used to hook up. Then he moves to Junktown.
Yeah.
And then you're like...
He used to live in Arizona, and
right.
we kind of had like a long distance thing. He would come visit, and then he finally ended up moving here. We started kind of seeing each other again, and yeah, so we've had regular sex like 3 or 4 times since he moved here.
Wait, and then things were getting hot and heavy, and he was like, "Let me put it in your ass," and you said, "Oh, that's not something I want." And he said, "Then I'm going to have to put a stop to this relationship altogether."
No, to the sex part.
Yeah, no, this was like, we had some drinks and I was like, well, do you want to do it? And he was like, can I put it in your butt? And I was like, no, I laughed. I thought he was joking. And he's like, then no, I gotta go.
Whoa.
So basically, what is this anal ultimatum? I don't know. He's obsessed with wanting to put it in my butt. And I don't know, like Natasha said, clearly probably not the guy for me.
No, but here's the thing. It's you don't enjoy it. Your instinct when he asked was no. So unless you like getting fucked up the ass by your friend or by anybody, why would you let him do that?
So here's my thing. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't like surprise anal. You can't just, put it in my butt for fun.
But it wasn't a surprise. He prepped you at the bar if you liked so eloquently. Can he do it in your butt?
How did he say it?
He said butt.
Yeah, he said butt. Can I put it in your butt?
Put it in your butt? Is he 8?
I mean, no, he's 34.
For that alone, he should not get to fuck you even anyway.
So wait, what is your question? Should you? I mean, because the answer is very obvious.
She wants to know, why do men want to fuck women up the ass?
Why?
And why would you turn down even just regular P&V sex if just for like I was gonna have sex with him.
Wait, do people say P&V sex, or is that just how you talk? Because that's funny.
That's just how they talk in Junktown.
That's just kind of how I talk.
That's a Junktown lexicon. I mean, listen, I don't know why this guy. I could guess his psychology of why he bailed on having regular sex with you. My best guess, he sounds like he's not a very emotionally evolved person. And my best guess is that he got embarrassed that you wouldn't give it to him. And so he tried to take his power back by making it a thing like, well, if I can't have that, then I'm out. Because you're right. It doesn't make sense. If you're horny, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what it's like. I've never heard of a man saying I'm horny, but only for butthole.
Wait, hold on a second. Well, first of all, I've definitely heard of guys who take girls home and they kind of like coax them even on the first time,
but that's
into
not
fucking
what I'm
them in the
talking
ass.
about. That's not what I'm talking
but
about.
But I think she's a little curious. Like, what is it? What's behind it?
Well, she's not curious enough for him. But I think all I'm saying is I don't know. I think your question is well asked. Why? Having been rejected for the anal, did he not stick around
for the P&V?
For the P&V,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that song. If you can't be with the hole you love, fuck the hole that's available. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, yeah. Or like I even offered, and I've offered in the past, and we have had anal sex in the past, but he's given me like notice. Like I've worn a butt plug for him before.
Okay.
And then the anal sex isn't, there does require some like prepping. This isn't just like I don't have a 24-hour,
Wait, so you have to wear a butt plug for how long before you have anal sex?
I mean, an hour or two, or like just at least during like foreplay. And that's the other thing, and little to no foreplay, and you expect to just want to shove it in there. Like I don't.
Wait, I'm totally confused about what's happening here. Hold on. Were you guys hooking up when he made this request? Were you like in the throes of a hookup?
No.
You're at a bar.
We're at my house.
You're at your house.
Yeah.
Having drinks, getting ready for the end of the evening. And you say, do you want to stay the night? And he says, I want to fuck you in the ass.
Like I have before, subtext.
That part you left out, which was very... it doesn't really matter. You don't ever have to do anything you don't want to do, obviously. It's just... the trajectory of what he was requesting is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. No pun intended. I know you hate when men try to get to the bottom of things. But it's just...
I don't hate it. I just don't understand why, like you said, if there are other holes available, like why draw the line at like
you
anal?
feel
like,
rejected.
No, anal or nothing. Yeah, why?
I think that both of you are guilty of the same thing, which is transferring what happened to you emotionally into pretending that it was about this physical act. But in reality, it wasn't about the anal sex. I would guess for either of you, really. It sounds to me like his pride got wounded, and he just, like I said, he doesn't sound like a very emotionally involved person. He decided to try to take his power back by saying like, well then fuck it. If you're going to reject me for the freaky thing that I asked for, then I'm just going to leave, right? Like I'm sure that when he went home that night, he wasn't like, I was here for anal and anal alone. I'm glad things worked out the way they did. I'm happy to be home alone. He was probably embarrassed and just didn't know how to ask for it. And you probably the same thing. Would you agree?
I have a question, Liz. Did you enjoy it when he fucked you up the ass after you wore the butt plug?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not opposed to anal. Like that's not the issue, I think.
Well, I mean, why don't you just tell him that? I mean, why can't you just say to him, listen, I'm not opposed to anal, but this is what is required of me for that to happen, and I'm also really interested in P&V sex, and I think if we're gonna keep continuing this, like it's got to have communication like any other relationship, and it seems like this is like a kind of a sexual relationship in a way, and so there needs to be communication in what you want, and you have to just tell him and not tell us.
Yeah.
I agree with you on some level, Natasha, but I also feel that the immaturity of stomping out because you didn't get the dirty toy you wanted to play with when there was a squeaky, whistly toy that was ready for you is a deal breaker. And I don't think you should talk to the guy anymore.
That's true. But she's probably attracted to him.
I know.
Because she let him fuck her in the ass.
Only like maybe twice before, but this has been like I mean, the first time we hooked up was like 3 or 4 years ago. So this is like over time, and I kind of just thought, maybe I also felt like it was kind of a dating thing. Like maybe it was more of a commitment for people to be like, okay, like anal sex is not, it's kind of a step up. That's trust. And like you said, communication involved. This is not just something
Right.
you would do with a one night stand.
You
So
say
that's
you say take this ring, and he thinks you mean a gold ring, and you're like, no, this ring here.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you enjoy having anal sex with him?
I feel like you're asking a different question.
I'm
And
curious.
she's
Because if
posing.
it's like a 1,
I'm ready to tell you, Natasha. Yeah, it's
Like-
for me
like
personally.
10 is the highest.
Okay, so for me personally, I think there's a lot of variables. But I would say probably about a 6 or 7.
That's pretty high.
And what's a P and V for you?
A 10.
Well, again, depending on the person, probably
Right.
about 9 or 10.
How is it with him when it's regular?
When it's regular, it's about a 7 or 8.
Okay.
And you can also tell him like you happen to find being fucked in the ass kind of intimate, and maybe, you want to be able, or just never talk to him again. But
This
that
is-
Yeah,
seems
I feel like
unlikely.
it's not even worth it at that point, right? Like if he's not going to date me in order to get to 8, I mean, I wouldn't want that either. Like, oh, well, he's only dating me so he can put it in my ass. Like,
So
that's not-
you kind of would like your friends with benefits to cross over into the boyfriend girlfriend realm?
not necessarily, but maybe like ramp up to it if that's the way it's going to go. I like you said, like it requires trust, communication, and he's not really offering any of that lately. So
No, but I think if I'm being honest, I think probably the communication from both of you is not good. It doesn't sound like anybody's actually saying what they want here. Like, I mean, okay, I take that back. He's definitely
yeah, he
saying
said what he wanted.
He's 100% saying what he wants. But like I said, I just get the feeling, not knowing anything else about him, that this is a very immature man that wanted to be able to own you. And when you were like, no, I have bodily autonomy, I want to do my own thing, rather than him just do what a grown adult would do and say, oh, okay, no problem. Like, let's do whatever you're comfortable with. He took his toys and stomped home. And to me, I'm like, get 34, you're too old for behavior like that. Like, it's okay to unartfully ask for anal sex at 34. That's okay. But it's not okay to, when that request is not granted, to say, well, then you don't get anything from me. To me, that's just such a signal that this isn't the guy you should be with. You got to get out. And you aren't saying to him, hey, you know what? Maybe, tell me if I'm wrong. That felt super disrespectful, actually. And I thought that we were more intimate than just somebody that you would say to me, I want one hole or nothing. I thought that I was somebody that you respected and that
That's
we had
funny.
this
You
real...
should say it like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
going
saying?
to,
Like
I think.
nobody's quite having the communication that they should be.
But
here.
let me ask you a question, Moshe, since you had some friends with benefits. I've never had that.
Yeah.
How do you have trust and honesty in like a relationship, like a friends with benefits relationship? I mean, then when is it just turning into a relationship?
No, that's fair. I think that a common refrain of a friends with benefits situation, common, not always, but is that someone is ignoring someone else's desire to ramp up the emotional intimacy, not necessarily all the way to being committed, but just to take it up a notch. Like somebody, and it's, if I'm being honest, if I be slightly gender reductive, it's usually the guy that's ignoring the woman. They're trying to pretend that the woman that he's only sleeping with is as comfortable with the level of casualness as he is, right? He's like, it's like a constant, like, trying to look above. So I think, yeah, that's an issue. But I think that friends with benefits are a spectrum. I've had friends with benefits where they truly are friends. They really are my friend. Long-term, years-long friendships.
But you're kissing them and fucking them?
I've
Then
had it.
why don't you just like have them be your girlfriend?
Because I'm not in that love zone, but I am in that friend zone.
In
Like,
that fuck zone.
and in the fuck
Yeah.
zone. I've
Yeah,
had
well,
that.
see, earlier that night too, I overheard him tell somebody that he is ethically non-monogamous.
He's one of these guys.
So that's why I'm like, okay, well, clearly maybe there is no relation, which is why then, yeah, don't give me an anal ultimatum
No, but this is
when
you've found yourself a classic spotting in the wilds of Colorado of the feminist fuckboy. That's what you have. He's a guy that broadcasts his feminism, but in fact does not act in a way that treats the women that he's fucking with respect. I mean, ethical non-monogamy does not include saying can
I do it in your butt?
It's the Hershey Highway or the highway. As you know what I'm saying? That's not ethical.
Yeah,
that's disrespectful.
No, it's not. Well, and there's a difference between non-monogamy and ethical non-monogamy.
Also, like shouldn't friends with benefits be you both get off? He's basically telling you that either you get off how I want or we're not doing anything. And that's just like, that is a very selfish, dumb lover. So I would just maybe not grant him with yourself.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve either any of your listen, look me in the eye.
You know what?
I
Make
want
him
you to
suffer.
hear
Just don't return his calls.
I want you to hear this because this is something that I tell a lot of people and I mean it in my ministry. This man does not deserve any of your holes, okay? In my ministry, that's what we say. We say, this is a no-hole man. He doesn't deserve any of your love and attention because he's not. You got to go. He got to go back to. Yeah. He belongs in Junktown because you know what, girl? He's junk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, and just you know what, block his number.
Yeah, block his number. Say anal. Do not answer.
I mean, it's a pretty small town. I'm bound to run into him again,
sure.
And I'm not.
And be
I'm
nice.
not opposed to just being like nice, but Moshe's right, and
you don't need. Yeah, no, you don't need to be in a war with him. Just, I would say this guy does not deserve to be your friend with benefits. And do you know why? I now have it. Here's my nugget of wisdom at the end. Because friends with benefits includes being friendly, and that's not the way friends treat each other, is it? It's like, you don't, I wouldn't treat a friend like that. I mean, it would be weird if I treated a non-friends with benefits like that. Do you want to go surfing? Only if I can fuck you in the ass. But anyway, that's not friendly. You're nice to your friends. You're kind to your friends. You want to hang out with your friends. You don't use your friends for whatever. So he's no friend of yours. He's got to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Okay, Liz.
Thank you. Huge fan.
Same here.
Bye.
She was cute.
She was cute. What a jerk. Oh, man. It's just such a
Imagine only being able to choose from men in some small town in Colorado.
Right. But it's such a type. It's such a type of guy that's like, I'm actually ethically non-monogamous. And by that, I mean, I tell women, either you let me fuck you in the ass or I'm going to go sleep in my Sprinter. I mean, it's just like such a type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I was never... I was always like the best in those relationships, but I don't think I was ever like that where I would be like, you either let me fuck you in the way that I want, how I want, or I'm leaving. It's just like so gross. And he probably like thinks he's a feminist, and he probably is like, anyway. Glad I'm not in that zone anymore.
Glad you don't have to fuck those boys anymore.
I'm glad I don't have to fuck boys anymore.
All right. Well, maybe we should listen to some secrets.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You look real good.
Oh, thanks.
But you also look like your face is helping people in need. What's going on with that?
Well, Moshe, I've been using my Thrive Cosmetics.
What's a Thrive Cosmetic?
Thrive Cosmetics are products that are made with clean, high-performance, skin-loving ingredients, and their clinically proven formulas not only highlight your best features, they actually improve your skin over time.
So is that all they do? Or are they just really high-quality, super awesome makeups and cosmetics?
Well, they don't test on animals, but most importantly, they have a mission. And they have this mission. It's called Bigger Than Beauty. And for every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help women thrive, i.e. women emerging from homelessness, surviving domestic abuse, fighting cancer, and more. And honestly, if I'm going to buy mascara or I'm going to buy sleep masks, why not buy it to a company that is actually trying to help make a difference?
Yeah, we file this one under, you were going to buy this anyway. How about curing freaking cancer while you do it? Now listen, they've got all kinds of awesome products like the Overnight Sensation Brightening Sleep Mask.
Hold on, I use that, so I should probably talk about that.
You should talk about it.
I took it on my trip. drip. I put it all over my face. And then when you fall asleep, you just fall asleep with the mask on, but you wake up and your skin is like very supple.
Oh, and it like disappears in the night?
Yeah, instead of putting on your like night cream.
That's so crazy because
And don't take it.
I wear a mask at night, but it's still there in the morning. It's my gorilla mask. Huh?
Good one, Moshe.
Thanks. They've also got a gravity-defying eye lifting cream. The point is, you buy makeup. Why not buy makeup that can give back? Thrive Cosmetics. We love them. Their products are amazing, and their bigger than beauty mission is awesome. So go visit thrivecosmetics.com/honeymoon for 15% off your first order.
This is an exclusive offer you can only get here. That's Thrive, CAUSEMETICS.com/honeymoon for 15% off your first order. Thrivecosmetics.com/honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
You know what I love?
What?
I love cake. Do you love cake?
I know. Actually, our daughter said to me the other day, she said, Mom, we need to talk to Dad about how much sweets he eats.
I do love sweets. I love cake. I love pie. I love cookies.
You love gummies?
Oh, I do love gummies, but we're not here to talk about gummies. We're here to talk about baked goods. And no bakery makes more decadent, delicious, and creative baked goods than Milk Bar. It started in Los Angeles, but now it can be shipped all over the freaking country.
Master baker Christina Tossi started Milk Bar in 2008. Perhaps you saw Milk Bar featured on Netflix Chef's Table Pastry Edition, and she's been wowing the world with her unique spin on iconic flavors ever since.
Let me tell you about what she makes, okay? They got a signature birthday cake.
They sent us that, and that was amazing.
It was so good. It's got sprinkles all up through it, and it's all buttery and delicious.
And these would make an amazing gift for someone. You just
Absolutely.
like, our friends just had a baby. I was going to send them one.
It comes straight to their door, the most delicious, decadent sweets you could imagine. They've got a salty sweet compost cookie. There's what's called the Milk Bar Pie, made from toasted oat crust with a gooey butter filling. I want a gooey butter filling.
Every Milk Bar creation is thoughtfully and beautifully packaged, made fresh, and then flash frozen. And they offer fast, even overnight, nationwide delivery. So if you were like, oh, I should have got him a present, get it now.
Yes.
Just get someone a cake. It's classy. I think everyone can use something like that.
And by the way, Natasha was saying that these make good holiday gifts. They've got some special, limited time only holiday baked goods like the peppermint bark cake truffles, and peppermint pretzel snaps. I want a snap.
Right now, Milk Bar has a special limited time offer. You can get $10 off any order of $50 or more when you go to milkbarstore.com/honeymoon. Get these people some gifts. They deliver nationwide. That's milkbarstore.com/honeymoon.
For $10 off an order of $50, milkbarstore.com/honeymoon.
Hi, Natasha and Mo. This past Thanksgiving, my boyfriend and I, we cooked a bunch of food. We ate a bunch of food. Later that night, I was very full. We got intimate, and I was going down on him. He is well endowed.
Oh boy.
And again, I was full from eating all day. And when I was going down on him, after about, 10 minutes, I start gagging, but it's different. I vomited on his penis.
It's different.
Like she's always
just
gagging.
chunks of vomit on his penis. And we stopped. It was one of the grossest things. We laughed. But it was just so gross. It's never happened to me before. I didn't even know that was possible, that you could be full and then gag yourself to throw up well before oral sex. So that's my secret. I'm probably not going to give him another blowjob for another 2 weeks.
What? 2 weeks?
Because honestly, she's smart. She needs to cleanse his palate. Dude, he did not think that was funny. He is grossed out and he's thinking about leaving her.
I like the part where she's like, I just did not ever consider that was possible. That you could be incredibly full, stick a very large pole down your throat, and that you would throw up.
It did sound like they had a good relationship.
It did.
She seemed pretty confident.
Well, sure. I mean, hey, this kind of thing I guess happens, but it's not something that I would be thankful for.
I hear you.
How about another?
Yeah. Oh, because it was on Thanksgiving.
It was on Thanksgiving, honey. That was the joke I was making. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a secret that my mother chose to burden me with a couple months ago. She told me that my older brother has Asperger's, and he doesn't know, and no one else knows, except for my parents and I guess his childhood therapist. I don't really see him differently, but he's staying with me now, and it is really weird just having this secret about him that he doesn't know while he's walking around my house. Yeah.
She's so hoping that they don't get in a fight. And she's like, well, you have Asperger's.
Well, first of all, why is she privy to this information?
Because the mom is irresponsible.
Well, I mean, it's not
and
her
also
information.
Just that one therapist said that.
Right.
It just feels like.
It's also if no one knows.
Is it real?
Does it matter? I mean, I guess I know that some people that get diagnosed, by the way, I just read this today. Apparently Asperger's.
I don't know anything about it.
Is a no-no.
You don't say that anymore?
I guess not. No, you just say autistic now.
Okay.
Which is too bad because I was opening up a restaurant that only hired neurodivergent servers as a burger joint. And I was going to call it Asperger's. But I guess I'm not going to do that now. Anyway, the point is...
Please don't do that.
You don't open a burger joint? Okay, honey, I won't. But no, I heard Asperger's is out. It's a bad term.
Okay.
Autism. Spectrum, the autism spectrum, good term. I don't know if that's true or not. You never know. When people change terms, you never know who changed the term. Because I know with hearing impaired, no deaf person I've ever known in my life likes the term hearing impaired. And then you're like, well, who made the term up? If the deaf people don't like being called hearing impaired, who decided they were going to be called that?
They didn't want them to be called deaf anymore?
They wanted deaf.
Yeah, because your mom always talks about
Deaf
being
is what deaf people like to be called.
Deaf power.
But hearing impaired, all of a sudden people are like, oh, no, we call them hearing impaired now. And it's like, wait, who decided? Because deaf people didn't. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Apparently, Asperger's out, autism in, everybody's autistic, mild autism, severe autism. It's a spectrum. But I do know that some people with autism find the diagnosis to be relieving.
I thought you were supposed to tell people.
Well, I definitely think this woman should tell her brother that her mom said he has Asperger's, or that, yeah, definitely. For sure. Why does she get to know and he doesn't?
Well, then what if her mom was like, don't ever tell anyone?
So she doesn't have the right to demand that of somebody.
Well,
It's
then
not
her
even
mom might
secret.
get mad at her.
So?
Well, it depends on how tight you are with your sibling.
I don't think so.
What I would do if I were her and she's listening, I would come to your mom and say, listen, Mom, I feel really uncomfortable with this. I think you should tell him or I'm going to.
Oh, treat it like an affair. Either you tell him or I will.
Well, just so in case her mom, she doesn't betray her mother or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you.
That is a crazy thing to tell you one sibling, but not the sibling that it actually affects. That is insane to me. Well, anyway, listen, good. Best of luck to you. Should we hear one more secret or should we move on to the...
I want to hear one more.
Okay, let's do another.
Hi, Natasha. Hi, Moshe. My girlfriend recently turned me on your guys' podcast.
That's what's up.
So I have a secret. I'm a bearded guy with an oral fixation. When I go down on my girlfriend, I don't like to wash my beard for a couple days afterwards. So that's my secret.
I mean, that's cool.
It's cool.
It's different. You know what it is? It's different.
Well, it just makes me think he's really in love.
That's what it makes you think?
Well, he wants to smell her pussy all over his face.
That's what love is to you?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cute.
That's cute in a way. Yeah, he's out there.
But what's the oral
he's
fixation?
Out there in a business meeting chewing on
Ew,
errant
he's chewing on it?
beard hairs going, I remember her well. Yes. That was Thanksgiving.
Ew.
Is this the grossest episode we've ever had? Let's get out of the secret zone and into the call zone.
Okay.
What do you think? Should we do one more call?
Yeah.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
You know what I have been getting really into lately?
What?
this Bite toothpaste. It's toothpaste without any of the plastic waste because it comes in this cute little jar. They're like Altoids, basically, but you chew on them and they turn into the most frothy, like perfectly minty toothpaste you've ever had.
They're like dry toothpaste tablets.
But they're not dry for long. Put them in your mouth, chew on them, and it is just as good as any toothpaste you've ever had. Actually, I'm going to say, it's better.
We brought them on our camping trip, and they're also made with clean ingredients that are sulfate-free, palm oil-free, and glycerin-free.
Bite toothpaste bits are so convenient. You just pop a bit in your mouth, chew it up, you start brushing, it turns into paste, and it makes your teeth glimmering clean.
They also come in refillable glass jars, and they send refills in compostable pouches. So they're better for our bodies and the earth. No more plastic toothpaste tubes. I mean, imagine if we could just get rid of all the plastic toothpaste tubes.
That is what's up. Right now, Bite is offering our listeners 20% off their first subscription order. Go to trybite.com/honeymoon or use the code honeymoon at checkout to claim this deal.
That's trybite.com/honeymoon. We're going to call Shane in Utah.
Okay, we're going to call Shane in Utah. Hello, Shane.
Hi, Shane.
Hi.
How you doing?
Mr. Cat, Mrs. Leggero, I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, we're great. We're great. Where are you in Utah? Your house looks very Utah.
So I'm actually in Las Vegas for a little weekend trip, but I live just outside of Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay. All right.
And what's wrong with you that you go to Vegas for on the weekend?
Well, I don't think anything, but
I agree. That was a very loaded question, Shane.
It's just like right now, Vegas feels like definitely the last place I would ever want to go.
Really? Because of COVID, you mean?
They're masked up here really well. It's for as far as COVID goes.
Oh, there we go. Let's go to Vegas.
I don't enjoy Las Vegas.
What'd you say, Shane?
I got Raider tickets. My buddy gave me Raider tickets, so I'm going to the Raiders game tomorrow.
Oh, see, I understand that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, she's a big Raider Nation gal.
No, I love them. That's hockey, right?
Yeah, they're the best hockey team in the Las Vegas area. Shane, how can we help?
So I reached out to Laura. As you may not be surprised to hear, I grew up a Mormon person here in Utah.
See, now I see why you think it would be cool to go to Vegas for the weekend.
Yes, the opposite of Mormonism.
It's not only close, but it's Sin City, so we like to get down here sometimes. But I grew up in the religion, did the whole Mormon missionary with the white shirts and ties and knocking doors. Did that in Portugal and left the religion about 8-9 years ago. And when I was married at the time, and my now ex-wife and I separated and have since divorced about 3 years ago. But when she and I got together, I was a virgin when I got married, and so the last 3 years I've been able to enjoy being single and kind of trying to figure out some things that most people probably figure out in their 20s.
Vegas.
In Vegas too, sometimes, yeah. So when I first got divorced, I felt like monogamy was kind of a societal norm that I didn't really want to subscribe to, and I thought it was kind of bullshit. But I have since realized that I think being in a monogamous situation would probably be best case scenario for me. And so after 3 years, I've met somebody. It's really early days. It's only been a couple of months, but I really, really like her. And my hesitation, I guess my question for you is I'm 48, she's 33. And even though there's 15 years between us, we've kind of taken different paths and kind of end up in the same place. And I'm just wondering what you think about that age difference. It's kind of giving me some anxiety. She says she's cool with it. It doesn't bother her, but she's gorgeous and cool as shit in every way.
I definitely think you have to try to, she seems cool. I don't think it's that's some crazy age difference. And I think you just have to give it a little more time and not talk about it, because just never mention it. Don't. Okay. Because it's just like, why? It just gets in people's head. It just might make it a thing. See what you guys are beyond that and see if you're compatible, and hopefully you are. And, just don't focus on that. That would be my advice.
Wisdom.
I like it.
That's strong. I mean, the truth is, when you get older, the age starts to matter less, exponentially less, right? So if you were 30 and she was 15, very bad, Shane. 33 and 48, yeah, it's a big gap. That's a big gap. No, there's no doubt about it. But I think Natasha's right. You got to keep your mouth shut, because the more you say there's a big age gap between us, the more she will realize, oh man, I'm going to be changing Shane's diaper someday. Like, you don't want that. That's the part you don't want her to realize until it's too late. Like, the love has fully cemented, and then you guys are taking vows in the temple, and then you're like, okay, it's too late for you to go anywhere.
The temple of I got to change your diapers.
The temple of depends. No, so I think that Natasha's right. Like, not to be too flip, but like, yeah, the more you say it, like the more, and honestly, I think it matters. I think it's a big age gap, but if she was in her 20s and you were in your 40s, that's harder. The 33, she's
I mean, some
she's
people are
young.
mature, and also like you have other obstacles, you know, you were like raised religious and you've come out of it. Like, you're a very interesting person. You've been through a lot, and you know, you guys have see how you connect on all these different levels, you know? I mean, you might be a little stunted in a way, or maybe you missed out on a big part of your life, and you know, maybe she's super mature in some way. I mean, who knows, you know? So it's like you guys just have to get to know each other. 2 months is not really very long at all. So
yeah, but he's Mormon. He would be married in a different life. He would be married to her by now.
I met and married my first wife in 4 months.
Are you still? Yeah, that's halfway through their engagement phase for him. Are you, Shane? Are you still religious, or are you out of the church altogether?
I'm not religious at all.
honey, no religious Mormons listen to our podcast.
That's not true. I'm sure that's not true.
I don't know. They'd probably hear a couple of F words and they might turn it right off.
And they're out.
My parents certainly.
You should get your parents listening. Listen, I think Natasha's right that you should just take it slow. She's told you, I'm down. So believe her and just keep acting as if it's all going to work out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think count your blessings. You found yourself, not only did you find yourself a love, but you also found yourself a nurse.
That's right.
Whether she knows it or not.
Yeah. I had the same thought. I appreciate that. That's good advice. I have probably been talking about it way too much.
And also, you got to chill out a little bit. Don't be so
thirsty is the word you're looking for. Yeah. Get off her nuts, Shane. Get off her young nuts. You're on her young nuts right now, you know? I mean, I get it. The thing is about you that's interesting is that you're 48, and in some ways you're very mature. And in other ways, you're probably very underdeveloped because you met one woman, you married her, and that was that. And this 33-year-old in some ways is probably more worldly than you are.
I mean, that's basically what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely nailing it. You're absolutely right on all those counts. I've only been drinking alcohol for 5 years. I've been drinking coffee for 6 years, something like that. So she's obviously done that her whole life, or most of her life. So.
Yeah, her just on coffee drinking alone, she's just a savagely experienced person, you know?
She's had an Americano.
She's had a cappuccino. She's going to introduce you to all kinds of crazy coffee beverages.
Okay, well, Shane, you're very sweet. She seems like a lucky girl or woman. She's kind of more of a girl.
She's a woman. She's not yet a girl. She's not yet a woman, but she's no longer a girl.
And good luck.
Hey, thank you so much. It's nice to talk to you guys.
And go Raiders.
All right.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Oh, he was a sweetie, wasn't he?
I know. I wanted to ask him if he had kids, but then I didn't want him to say yes.
I wanted to say to him, this is what I should have said to him. If you're thinking monogamy is a social construct and kind of a lie, good for you, because you're with this 33-year-old hottie, and eventually she's going to not be monogamous with you. You're going to have to
never know.
No, I know. I just feel like the one thing I do feel is with these major age gap relationships.
Mm-hmm. I would not call 15 years a major age gap.
It's on the border.
Yeah, you're right.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, 10.
But 33 and 48 is more socially acceptable.
15 is definitely a generation.
It's a generation. But here's my thought. She's 33. She's a young woman. He's 48. He's not a young man. He's not an old man either. He's just, whatever. That 48 and 33, it does feel a little selfish to not say, you know what, when I'm 85 and you're 70, or when if you need more than I can give you physically, you've got my blessing. Thank you for being with me all these years.
85 and 70 seems perfectly matched.
You're so right. As I said it didn't feel like the example I wanted.
And also, I just feel like I have a lot of friends who are probably 15 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah, I don't either. But it's a healthy gap. I mean, listen, I'm 42. What if I was with a 20? I honestly think it's exponential once it's past 30.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm 42. If I was with a 28-year-old, is that 15? 27-year-old? People, it would be acceptable, but it would be like, okay, dude, you're in very different places.
I just don't think age is everything.
It's not everything, but
or
it's something.
I don't know.
But it's not nothing.
Right.
You think it's nothing?
No.
I mean, I hope. Poor Shane. He does seem like he'd get his heart broken if she decided he was too old. But your advice was very good. If every time they get together, he's like, but what about the age gap? All she's ever thinking or hearing is, I'm really old.
That advice goes for anything.
Don't talk about anything that much.
No, anything that you're like super self-conscious about around someone who you're like in love with, just don't talk about it.
I'm with you on that. Speaking of being in love with someone,
yeah,
I would like to tell you, that I would like you to call us because I'm in love with our listeners. If you want to leave a secret of your own on the Secrets Hotline, give us a call, 213-222-8608.
Or pop us an email at endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com.
Also, we're on Instagram at endlesshoneymoonpod, and you can find us wherever you find your podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts.
No, they should leave a comment on YouTube.
They can do that too, honey. They can do it all.
All right, well.
And it's your attention to detail that makes me remember how much I love you.
I love you too.